Alright guys, check it out. I want to talk to you about kind of this idea that I've been mulling over, and I drew a diagram on the whiteboard behind me, and it's basically where I feel people fall into three main categories today in our modern society, and falling into one or two of these three categories is the main reason why we are so, and it's the basis why we are so unhappy today. So check it out. There's three main groups that I group people in my mind. So after we go through schooling and we develop as people in this society, we're essentially taught that what we do, our external circumstances, the clothes we wear, the cars we drive, and the house we live in, and the Jordans we wear on our feet, or the Nikes we wear, are who we are, or the degree we have. That's who you are. So this is this thing that's outside of you that's really determining who you are inside, or at least people in our society. If you have a Ferrari or a Mercedes-Benz, this automatically means the person with the Benz is above someone who doesn't have a Mercedes-Benz, regardless of how good this person is inside. But they're just not, they don't have that external piece. They haven't done anything outside in the world, this tangible evidence to show everyone, hey, look how good I am inside. When really most of those people with the external BMWs, cars, and all these things, if they base their self-worth on that, are really internally pretty screwed up and unhappy. Okay, so that's the basis of our entire society right there, is the external sense of worth, of worthiness, of value. So this is going to piss a lot of people off, okay, especially if you fall into one of these groups. But this first group are the people whose identity is completely based on external, or of the group. Okay, so these are people that I would call the sheep. Okay, and the sheep will always say that their group of sheep are not sheep at all. They're lions. My group of sheep, we're all lions. We're the best group of sheep, right? But they're really sheep. So you're a sheep telling me you're a lion. That doesn't make any sense. So some examples, and bear with me because once I say these you're going to go crazy. Religions, Christianity, Catholicism, all these religions that are dogmatic and don't look at anything outside of themselves, or at the people, sharing other ideas with them. Hey, why don't you look at it this way? No. No. Another one is CrossFit, which is a beautiful example, because these religions, Christianity and all these things are so old that we can't really, that it's not as good of an example. But I can compare religion and CrossFit and put them in the same box, because essentially what it is it's a group of people who get together and they group up together, and now their approach is the only approach. It's like the truth. That's why you got people on Facebook messaging you, hey bro, you should really come try CrossFit. It's the best. Like, why are you messaging me on CrossFit? It's the same thing as when the people come to your door and say, hey, why don't you come read this book? Can I talk to you? Look how good our thing is. We're the best group of sheep, but you're still sheep. You're only a lion if you stand alone. Some examples of the CrossFit example is how they all eat paleo. And if you ain't eat paleo, you're not really a CrossFitter. See, you're now, your value, your self-identity is based on the groups. It's not rooted in your own being, okay? It's now based on the group. So you say, well, what do you do for work? I'm a CrossFitter. That's who you are? You're a CrossFitter now? That's who you are. I'm a CrossFitter. I'm a CrossFitter, and I'm paleo, and don't tell me about any other diets Don't tell me about any other sneakers to wear, because all I wear is Innovates. And don't tell me about anything else, because my entire self-identity is rooted in being a CrossFitter, okay? Or my entire self-identity is rooted in being a Christian. So don't tell me about Buddhism, because I don't want to see it, because I am completely dependent on the group. So that's the first group, okay? But yeah, that's the first group right there. The second group, let me say one more thing about this. This can be extremely powerful. This group is extremely powerful for people who can handle and don't doubt. If you don't doubt CrossFit at all, and you just go head on and you do CrossFit, you're going to be very successful. You're probably going to get really strong and really in shape because you don't doubt anything of it. You just do the whole thing, shut your mind off, shut your intellectual mind off that says, maybe I shouldn't do 400 burpees and 50,000 squat thrusters for 10 rounds. Maybe I shouldn't do that because it doesn't make any sense intellectually. But if you shut that part of your brain off and just say, this is me, this is what I do, I'm a CrossFitter, it's very powerful. That's why these people love the community, because it actually creates a sense of power and safety and security. Safety and security is an important thing today. Very important thing in our society, because we don't have that safety and security. We're all struggling for money. So if you can go to a place where you feel safe, you feel secure, you feel at one with the group, it can become very powerful. I don't want to live like this, but some people do. And it's the same thing with religion. You go to church and you are now in unison with all these people, and you guys are in one. So it's a very cozy, safe place, but it's also a very powerful place because you can benefit a lot from being in this first category, which a lot of people are. Now, people who have absolutely nothing, which is the worst of the three places to be. It's the worst. It's the absolute worst, because you're not living for anything. All these people live for, who have nothing, is either personal development. So you really don't have any higher calling in life. You just want to get better at, whatever you do. You just want to become a better person for no greater reason. Or you just want to make more money, okay? And so these are little things. So this would be an example is if you ask someone, what do you want to do? What do you think the purpose of your life is? And they say, to make as much money as possible. That's your purpose of life? To make as much money? You think that's why you're here on earth? To make as much money as you possibly can? That's it? It's not. So that's why this is the worst place to be. A lot of these people are like students in college who are very intellectual, and then they look at things like that people are huddling into as a part of safety and security that don't really make sense intellectually, that need a belief system behind it without any doubt. These college students will go, I don't think so, that doesn't make any sense intellectually, so no, that don't make no sense, so now I have nothing. You're left with nothing. You don't want to be there. These are the type of people who are, the university students, or people who are like faking this. They're not truly this. You truly have to be a CrossFitter. You truly have to be a Christian to really, really to get the power. If you're like doubting it in your mind, like, I don't really believe in Christianity, but I have to go to church every Sunday because just in case, but I don't really believe in this, but no, it's all or nothing, because then you have a split. See, I don't really, now your mind is split and you're crazy, and you have nothing because you don't really believe in God, you doubt your group's mentality, but you're still in the group because you have absolutely nothing else. And then the third is where we all should strive to be. Is people who follow their heart and create something new and are complete individuals and don't follow the crowd, but they still realize that there's a higher calling in their life. They realize there's a higher power. It might not have a face on it. It might not be God. It might be the universe. It might be just something intangible that's flowing through them. They can feel it, you know? They can feel it when they're studying their favorite subject, when they're really in the mode, in the zone. There's something else at play here. That's the people we all should strive to be like. Examples of these people, who are very rare, are Jesus. So it's funny how Jesus is over here, and then the people who follow Jesus are over here, because they're not individuals. Jesus was an individual, and now all these people follow Jesus, and none of them are individuals. They're Jesuses. Or Christians. They're Christians and Jesuses. Another example is Buddha. Right? Again, just like Jesus, he was a complete individual, made his own thing. Osho. Okay? Osho is a Indian mystic from like the 70s who's a complete individual. Didn't follow anyone else's rules. Followed his own rules and spread his own message. These people are motivated by their inner universe, by something greater. Their only truth is within. And then I have two examples of people today who followed their heart and follow their heart, who I greatly admire, who inspire me. And those two people are Paul Chek, who's, if you don't know who Paul Chek is, his last name is spelled C-H-E-K. Check him out. He's incredible. And Elliot Hulse, another guy who follows his heart. These people are magical. These are the people who are fulfilled and are fulfilling themselves and feel in flow and feel happy and feel like they're living for something greater. These people are living for nothing. These people, if they can not doubt it, if their intellectual mind isn't, going to get in the way, these people are very powerful. The most powerful are these people who follow their heart and create something new. Don't be in here. And if you are in here, figure out a way to get your heart in the right place. Because if you're in here, you can never go into something like this, because you'll always be doubting. Okay? So that's it. That's a kind of crazy idea. I'm sure it'll piss a lot of people off, but maybe that's a good one. Alright, peace out.
I'm in a clique, but I want out. It's not the same as